From a wild, unprotected corner, we step into another land, a realm where nature needs no human hand to be severe, for it is an arena of life and death shaped by time and instinct itself. As the first light touches the horizon, the African savanna awakens in a deceptive tranquility. Wind glides over the golden grasslands, carrying the scent of earth and the breath of life. But this place is never truly peaceful. It is merely holding its breath against the undercurrent of the hunt. Every bush, every shadow is an unknown, and any movement could ignite a mortal chase. Here, survival is a game with no second chances, where only the cunning and the timely gain the advantage. In this unforgiving dance, the predator is the conductor, setting the very pulse of the plains. Here, on the vast, sun-scorched plains of Africa, an ancient drama unfolds. A delicate balance of life and death woven into the very fabric of the continent. At the pinnacle of this intricate chain of life reigns the lion, an apex predator. They are the key to regulating the numbers and the health of the great herbivore herds. He is a titan of the savanna, up to 550 pounds of muscle, and might, a living embodiment of power, stretching nearly 11 feet from nose to tail. His magnificent mane is a symbol of power, yet a disadvantage when hunting. And so the primary burden of the hunt falls to the lionesses, the true providers for the pride. For a fleeting moment, she is a blur of muscle and intent, capable of unleashing a staggering 35-mile-per-hour charge. They often hunt as a team and share the rewards. Lions are the only great cats to live in such complex social groups, which means there are always many mouths to feed. A grown lioness requires about 12 pounds of meat each day, while a large male can devour as much as 100 pounds in a single sitting. Prides of this size must hunt almost daily to sustain themselves, a relentless task for the females. Because they can only maintain their top speed for a brief 300 feet, the element of surprise is the key to a successful hunt. even when within reach, the struggle is far from over. It takes all of a lioness's strength to bring down a male zebra, which can be twice her weight. This is where the power of the pride is truly revealed. This is the secret to their reign, for it is here in the crucible of the hunt that the strength of one becomes the power of many, turning a near impossible challenge into a matter of survival. Every hunt also serves as an invaluable lesson for the growing cubs, helping them to hone the essential skills for their future. Meanwhile, in a safe and hidden den, new life is enjoying a peaceful beginning. At only 6 weeks old, their world is one of warmth and shadow. Their only nourishment, their only connection to the vast world outside flows from their mother. The lioness will keep her litter concealed and protected until they are strong enough to be introduced to the rest of the pride. They will remain with their mother for nearly 2 years, learning everything they need to survive. The new day begins, and at the heart of the savanna, the silence is broken by a confident tread. The new day begins, and with it a presence emerges, not with the haste of the hunted, nor the stealth of the unsure, but with the measured tread of a king. All 485 pounds of muscle and majesty, he is the savanna, made manifest, a walking embodiment of power that needs no introduction. Every movement is a lesson in dominance, a body built for direct confrontation, advancing with a deliberate, measured pace. But power is not his only asset. What makes him truly formidable is his ability to maintain control over an empire. His roar can carry for 5 miles a resonant warning to any who would dare draw near. When hunger demands action, the drama of the hunt unfolds, yet he is not the central player. The lionesses, smaller and more agile, are the true architects of the attack. They move in silence with gestures almost imperceptible. Each knows her role, one to the front, another to the flank, and a third to block the path of retreat. At the decisive moment, it is over in seconds. A lunge, a rustle in the grass, and the fatal bite to the throat ends all attempts at escape. The meal is secured, but it comes with a price. The males, despite not participating in the hunt, have priority in the sharing of the spoils. They command respect, but they also provide protection. Battles are fought not just for territory, but for lineage. A new leader, upon taking over a pride, may kill the cubs of his predecessor. A cruel but effective strategy for ensuring his own genetic legacy. The territory of a pride of lions can exceed 250 square kilometers, demarcated not only by roars but also by signs and constant patrols. Even at rest in the shade of a tree, a lion is never truly relaxed. He watches, he calculates, and he decides. Because on the savanna, the leader is not the one who roars loudest, but the one who knows when to act. But power on the savanna wears many masks. As the sun beats down, forcing the great prides into slumber, another more secretive form of dominance emerges. This is a dominion not of roars and open rule, but of shadows and silence. The leopard moves alone, and that is a choice. Weighing around 130 pounds with a slender body cloaked in a pattern of rosettes, it is born to remain unseen. The savanna does not notice it, and that is precisely how it wants it. Its footsteps are almost completely unheard. It can spend hours observing an open clearing, gauging the wind's direction, assessing every movement. The leopard does not hunt on impulse. It waits for the perfect moment. When it strikes, it is as if time itself slows down. The leap is precise, the impact certain, and a single bite to the neck ends everything before a sound can be made. But what truly sets this predator apart is what it does next. It drags the carcass, often larger than itself, high into the branches of a tree. There, beyond the reach of hyenas and lions, it turns the canopy into a safe larder. This behavior is not mere instinct, it is calculation. The leopard avoids conflict, anticipates risk, and protects its prize with an admirable coolness. At night, it transforms completely. Keen eyesight and a sharp sense of smell turn it into a phantom of the darkness. It hunts in absolute silence, using the night as an ally. It does not confront dangers, it moves around them. A body shaped for agility, senses that act as a constant radar, and a mind ever alert make it one of the most dangerous of predators. With no need for fame or display, it exists in quietness. An enemy cannot attack what it cannot see. In the leopard's world, every day is a problem of survival, and it is always one step ahead. Even in sleep, its ears are listening, its eyes half closed beneath the leaves, ready to vanish in an instant. For with this predator, secrecy is the most effective armor. As dusk falls, a strange sound breaks the stillness. It is not a roar, but a sharp, piercing laugh, echoing like a warning. The spotted hyena clan is coming. Weighing up to 176 pounds, the spotted hyena is one of Africa's most organized and effective predators. Their power is not in the solitary strike, but in the calculated chaos of the clan. A single intelligent mind operating through many bodies. They do not plan an attack. They are the attack, a fluid, probing tide of opportunism, constantly testing, seeking the single crack in their prey's resolve. Once the chase begins, the outcome is rarely in the prey's favor. They do not need to be faster, they need to be more persistent. Brutal but efficient, they often begin to consume their prey even while it is still struggling. The shorter the time from capture to consumption, the lower the risk of losing the meal to rivals. Competition is part of the game. They confront lions, challenge leopards, and contest space with wild dogs, not with solitary strength, but with their ability to act as a group. Their jaws have devastating power. Bones, hooves, cartilage all become food. Very little is left behind. They are master opportunists, knowing how to turn chaos to their advantage. They do not just hunt, they control the stage. Where they pass, silence gives way to a calculated chaos. No one shares a portion with the hyena, they take what they want. In the game of survival, they are not the pawns, they are the players who move the board. And when the final laugh rings out, it is the sound that signals the end of a perfect hunt. On the horizon, a group of animals appears, breaking the mold of all other predators. Not with power nor with ambush, but with collective precision. These are African wild dogs. Weighing around 66 pounds with long legs and large rounded ears, these hunters may not impress at first glance. But behind that unassuming appearance lies one of Africa's most successful predators. The secret is the pack. Each pack functions as a single living organism where every member knows its role. Before the hunt, there is a quiet preparation, as if they are synchronizing their instincts. They communicate on the run, adjusting positions, encircling their quarry and taking turns in the lead. The prey faces not just speed, it faces a collective intelligence. Their defining trait is stamina. They can run for great distances without reducing their pace. When they catch their prey, they act with brutal speed, eating quickly to minimize the risk of their kill being stolen. Their success rate can be over 80%. A figure attainable only through discipline, communication, and careful selection of prey. This way of life extends to their social world. There is a dominant pair, but all participate in raising the young and caring for the injured. It is a unity rarely seen among predators. They do not need overwhelming strength, they win with strategy. In the world of the African wild dog, no one is left behind. Survival is not an individual effort, but a victory for the entire pack. Even the young are taught to coordinate, not just how to hunt. Each day is a test of endurance, cohesion, and loyalty. They do not seek glory, they seek life, and they do it together. In this land of intense competition, they are a reminder that cooperation is also a weapon. As the sun climbs higher, a slender body stretches among the grasses. The cheetah does not roar. It does not impose with size. It is a masterpiece of biological engineering built for speed. Weighing just over 150 pounds, it can seem fragile. But its light skeleton, elastic muscles, and a long tail that acts as a rudder make it the fastest land animal on the planet. In less than 4 seconds, it can reach 60 miles per hour. But speed without purpose is merely motion. The cheetah's true genius lies in its mastery of the chase. Its spine, a marvel of elastic engineering, allows it to pivot on a blade of grass, to weave through the air itself, turning the frantic escape of its prey into a perfectly choreographed dance of pursuit. Unlike predators that rely on ambush, the cheetah needs to be seen. It does not attack on a whim, but chooses with precision. If it calculates that it cannot close the distance, it will abandon the chase, for every attempt consumes immense energy. Its body is not made for repeated conflict. After a chase, it needs time to recover. In those minutes, it is highly vulnerable. A moment's delay could cost it everything. Therefore, it chooses to hunt by day, avoiding the peak hours of activity for lions and hyenas. It needs peace to eat, but even then there are no guarantees. It knows it cannot defend its meal. It is a master of the moment, a hunter that does not need to dominate the day, only that single instant when everything aligns and one success is enough to secure another day under the sun. It wins not by strength, but by the perfection of its timing. In this harsh world, speed is the only weapon it possesses, and it is all that it needs. Every hunt is a gamble where the line between success and exhaustion is just a few heartbeats wide. It is not a conqueror of the plains, but an artist of the savanna, silent, sharp, and ruthlessly precise. Because for the cheetah, a single flash is enough to trade for a day of survival in a land of giants. The quiet riverbanks of Africa hide a predator that needs neither to run, nor jump, nor roar to dominate. It simply waits motionless and lethal, the Nile crocodile. At over 16 feet long and weighing up to 1,500 pounds, it looks like a living rock in the water. Only its eyes break the surface, while the rest of its body remains invisible. The force of its bite is one of the most powerful in the animal kingdom. Once its jaws have closed, there is no escape. It drags its victim to the bottom and spins ferociously in a maneuver known as the death roll. During the Great Migrations, when wildebeest and zebra attempt to cross the rivers, the crocodile becomes a silent executioner. The attack is sudden, an explosion of water, a body pulled under, and in seconds all is quiet again. This predator is not limited to large herbivores. An unwary wild dog, a curious lion cub, or even a hyena can become prey. The seemingly placid river is its domain, and there it is king. It does not need to chase, it turns patience into a weapon. Every strike is the result of hours of stillness, weeks of surveillance without a single sign. When it acts, time seems to shatter in an instant. Beneath those ancient scales lies a predatory instinct that has existed for millions of years, never becoming obsolete. In the still waters, it is not just a predator, it is a nightmare waiting to erupt. Amid the vastness of the savanna, there is a hunter that the most hurried eyes often overlook. It is not large nor loud, but its every step is a promise of precision, the serval. Standing just over 2 feet tall, it is a specialist in small-scale hunting. Its large mobile ears act like radar dishes scanning the environment. Every sound is captured with high clarity. It pauses, listens, calculates, and then with an almost otherworldly leap it springs into the air. The serval can jump over 6 feet high, a short flight precise and almost silent. It returns to the ground with its prey already secured in its jaws. Its targets are small rodents, lizards, birds, insects. Everything demands precision, which is why its hunting success rate is one of the highest on the savanna. It lives in the gaps of the ecosystem, hunting where larger predators do not bother. It avoids being noticed, and that is what keeps it safe. It is the embodiment of adaptation, a master of quiet efficiency. It does not need great size to make an impact. Every movement is gentle, yet always with a clear purpose. Its success comes from patience and absolute precision. In the wild world, efficiency is sometimes more important than power. It is proof that to live silently is not to be weak. The African savanna is a territory where every heartbeat follows an ancient instinct. Survival is measured not just in strength or speed, but is expressed in daily decisions in the reading of the environment. Each predator we have seen shapes this landscape in its own way, forming a delicate balance where there is no room for weakness. From solitary hunters to pack strategists, from the calculated leap to the explosive underwater attack, all follow rules that were never written. Because on the savanna, the top of the food chain is not a fixed position, it is a constant challenge. These salt flats border various bodies of water, some with surprisingly strong currents. The entire pan covers an area of around 42 acres. Its name Vermont is derived from the French Mont Vert, meaning green mountain, a name inspired by the verdant slopes of the nearby Onrus mountain. A footpath, the Vermont Trail, now winds along the edge of the pan, drawing nature lovers who come to witness its remarkable bird life. In spring and early summer, the air is thick with birds. It is possible to count as many as 40 different species in a single hour. During the dry season, however, many will depart, migrating to other feeding grounds, some to the far corners of the globe. The waters here can shift from swift-flowing channels to tranquil lagoons, and every species finds a niche perfectly suited to its needs. And here, amidst the shimmering haze, the first of our residents reveals itself. The red-knobbed coot, a creature for whom perfection is a constant pursuit. It is an activity to which it devotes a great deal of time, second only to the endless search for food. Observing these birds at close quarters is not easy. They are exceptionally shy. They feed on algae and the roots and stems of aquatic plants. Given the chance, they will also take small invertebrates, even diving deep to find them. The female lays a clutch of 5 to 7 eggs, and both parents share the duties of incubation. The chicks are quick to leave the nest after hatching and will remain with their parents for about a month. They begin to forage for themselves between 55 and 60 days of age. The 2 red knobs on their foreheads, which distinguish them from other coots, appear only during the breeding season. At this time, the red-knobbed coot becomes highly territorial, fiercely defending its patch. But life here is a delicate balance. For the Cape shoveler, every ripple on the water, every shadow from above could signify the end. Survival is a moment-to-moment victory. Tragically, many young red-knobbed coots do not survive sometimes due to the overzealous care of their parents. Male and female Cape shovelers are easily told apart by the male's distinctive yellow eyes. They are most often seen in pairs or small flocks. These ducks are omnivores, their animal diet consisting mainly of mollusks and insects. This remarkable underwater hunter has an equally remarkable name, the great crested grebe. It is about the size of a common mallard. In many countries, this bird is now either locally extinct or stands on the brink of vanishing. The great crested grebe is a superb swimmer, but a reluctant flyer. It takes to the air only during seasonal migrations, flying low with a wingspan of about 3 feet. The greb's preferred food is fish. It will also take small mollusks and crustaceans, and in times of scarcity will not refuse various kinds of larvae. It can pursue its prey to depths of 13 to 20 feet and is able to hold its breath for several minutes. In the spring, the grebe develops its special breeding attire, dark ear-like tufts, and a chestnut-red ruff around its cheeks. Remarkably, their chicks can swim and dive almost immediately after hatching. Here, there is room enough for all. The black-winged stilt, a creature seemingly sketched from a single impossibly fine line balanced upon legs that defy gravity. It is acutely vulnerable to environmental change. Their numbers are in decline, and they are forced to migrate frequently, partly due to human activity, altering water levels and nesting sites. A stilt's wingspan can reach 28 to 33 inches. Its slender red legs account for about 60% of its total height. The grey heron can stand up to 39 inches tall and fly at speeds of nearly 40 miles per hour. Though it may hunt alone, it lives in quite large colonies. This unique bird lives near water, searching for a variety of insects and larvae. It is a migratory species with different strategies for its journeys. The grey heron's diet is quite varied, but consists mainly of fish. In addition, it will take amphibians, mollusks, crustaceans, and even small rodents. This is no ordinary gull, but the kelp gull. Although we see only one, this bird lives in small coastal colonies. The black-winged stilt is monogamous and nests near the shore, usually no more than 100 yards from the water's edge. Each clutch contains 2 to 4 eggs, with both parents sharing the task of incubation. After about 30 days, the young can fly and find their own food. The oldest recorded individual of this species lived for around 12 years. The white-breasted cormorant, as its name suggests, has a brilliant white chest and neck. It is a substantial bird with a body length of almost 3 feet. It favors open waters, both salt and fresh lakes, deltas, bays, and lagoons, as long as there is an abundance of fish. Each day, a single bird requires about a pound of food and is capable of swallowing a fish up to 2.5 feet long. A cormorant's body is built for pursuing fish. It has little fat but immensely powerful muscles. They can dive to depths of around 13 feet and hold their breath for a full minute. Cormorant colonies can range from 10 to 500 pairs. They will travel nearly 40 miles in search of a meal and thousands of miles during migration. The gray heron's neck has a unique shaped structure, giving it the flexibility to strike almost instantly to seize its prey. Besides fish, crustaceans, and amphibians, it will also prey on small birds or their chicks. It can hunt by day or by night. The kelp gull can live beside the ocean or by inland freshwater. The juveniles have a dark brown back and take 3 to 4 years to reach maturity. This is a young kelp gull with the characteristic mottled brown plumage on its back. It is an opportunist, eating any small prey it can find as well as carrion and refuse. The gray heron may nest in trees or near the water and has a habit of returning to the same nest or at least the same nesting site year after year. Pairs are formed through a courtship ritual in which the male calls to prospective females. Once a pair is formed, they build the nest together, the male gathering materials, the female undertaking the construction. They take turns incubating their clutch of 2 to 3 eggs. After about 25 days, the chicks hatch and are fed by both parents for another 7 to 8 weeks before they can fly. Flamingos, truly fascinating birds and an adornment to any landscape. This extraordinary creature's wingspan can reach 5.5 feet, and it can stand nearly 4 feet tall. They can fly at speeds of up to 37 miles per hour. They are highly social, sometimes gathering in groups thousands strong during their migrations. Flamingos patrol the shallows by day, searching for food such as mollusks, crustaceans, crabs, and insects. They also supplement their diet with plant matter like grasses, seeds, and algae. The flamingo's beak is a highly specialized structure that functions as a filter. The bird can submerge its beak and sometimes its entire head to draw in water, which it then forces out, trapping the food inside. One theory suggests the kelp gull's alternate name Dominican gull refers to the Dominican order of friars whose habits its plumage is said to resemble. Despite their delicate appearance, flamingos are not only strong flyers, but also competent swimmers. They bathe regularly to clean their feathers. Flamingos are monogamous, but form a new pair bond each breeding season. They perform elaborate courtship displays involving synchronized wing raising and head flagging. The pair builds the nest together. A single egg is laid rarely too. Both parents then share incubation duties for 27 to 30 days. The young stay close to the adults. A chick is typically gray and will not develop its full adult plumage until it is 2 or 3 years old. The kelp gull has one particularly distinctive feature, a single red spot on its bill. The primary threat to flamingo populations is human activity, including climate change and industrial pollution that leaches heavy metals into the water. The kelp gull population is far from endangered, with an estimated 3.3 to 4.3 million individuals worldwide, thanks to its mobility and opportunistic diet. Viewed from a distance, it's hard to see why flamingos are called pink, as they can appear almost white. In truth, their coloration is a pale rosy white. This signature hue comes from carotenoid pigments which they absorb from their food. The purest pinks are revealed only when they take flight or spread their wings. Four-toed feet provide a stable base, allowing them to walk slowly and deliberately along the shore as they forage. To rest, a flamingo will stand on one leg. The flamingo's bill is powerful and sharply curved, measuring some 4 to 5 inches long. Beneath a sun that blisters the earth lies a stage forged in the crucible of time. This is a land of brutal, breathtaking beauty, where life and death are not opposites, but partners in an eternal, intimate dance. Upon this land, two reigning powers prepare for a new chapter in their timeless war. One relies on absolute power, solitary yet formidable. The other trusts in flawless coordination, swift, persistent, and ruthlessly adaptable. Two strategies, two natures, a confrontation that shapes the very rhythm of the savanna. The African savanna, a land of stark contrasts. Endless skies and golden grasslands stretch to the horizon, punctuated by low shrubs that create spontaneous patterns of color. This is not merely a home, but an arena of constant encounters, where every moment can shift between paradise and peril. In this wilderness, lions with their dense manes and majestic gait emerge like monarchs from a myth. Each deliberate step they take on the dry grass accentuates their commanding presence. Lions do not simply hunt, they dominate the land. Absolute strength combined with fluid strategy makes them one of the most formidable predators, the embodiment of power across the plains. But on the plains, a throne is held by blood and instinct, and now the time has come for its rulers to act. But the zebra are merely a distraction. The true prize, one that promises to sustain a dynasty, has arrived. It is these wildebeest for which the entire family has been waiting. The lead huntress orchestrates the stalk. The matriarch begins to weave her net. Not with commands, but with a glance, a subtle shift of weight, she dispatches each sister to her appointed place in the long grass. Years of hunting as one have forged an unspoken understanding. Every individual knows its part to play. A lion has neither the explosive speed of a cheetah nor the leopard's genius for concealment. And so, this hunt depends entirely on stealth. Here, in this final approach, success is measured in silence. Every breath is a risk, every rustle of grass a potential betrayal. The first lioness explodes from cover, a deliberate sacrifice. Her charge is designed not to kill, but to create chaos. And in the pandemonium, the second shadow erupts. This time, there is no escape. their coordinated assault finds its mark. This great wildebeest will provide a vital meal enough to sustain the entire family for a day. At the other extreme, African wild dogs appear as master artists. Agile, adaptable, and enduring, their strength comes not from individual might, but from the power of unity. The pack operates as a single entity, each member a precision-engineered part of a living machine. But this hunt is different. The scent on the wind is not of prey, but of arrival. A tide of painted hunters floods the clearing, and at its epicenter a lioness stands alone, her courage now the only fortress for the small life trembling at her side. The standoff ends when the pack realizes its initial advantage is lost. The mother and her cub are safe. Encounters like this play out almost daily across the African grasslands. Wild dogs and lions coexist, each asserting its place through every hunt, every howl that echoes across the immense space. This domain spans some 3 million square miles from the Serengeti in Tanzania to the Kalahari in Namibia. Golden grasslands, acacia trees resembling inverted umbrellas and winding rivers are the lifeblood that sustains this place. Each year, this region receives between 20 and 50 inches of rainfall, concentrated in the few short months of the rainy season. It is then that the vegetation bursts into green and the streams fill to the brim. In this land, herbivores like wildebeest, zebras, and buffalo command the vast plains. The zebra, at around 700 pounds, moves like an apparition in its distinctive striped coat, and its kicks can make an attacker think twice. The wildebeest, a quarter-ton of muscle and migratory instinct. It carries the power of the plains in its sinews, yet this power means little when the shadows begin to move and the hunters close in. The Cape buffalo is a true giant, weighing over 2,000 pounds, a living fortress that few predators dare to approach. However, no creature here exists unchallenged. The apex predators, lions, hyenas, and African wild dogs, are the true rulers of the food chain. Their coats, a mosaic of irregular colors, mirror the chaotic yet ordered beauty of nature. These small warriors have been honed over millions of years to become one of the planet's most effective predators. Approximately 1.7 million years ago, the ancestors of the wild dog appeared. It was a period when Africa's climate underwent dramatic changes, giving way to vast new grasslands. The wild dog's body is engineered for maximum efficiency on the hunt. Weighing between 40 and 80 pounds, they are among the lightest carnivores in Africa. Their legs are long and slender, with only 4 toes on each foot instead of the 5 found on most canids. This structure seems purpose-built for traversing the savanna. Their coat, with its patches of black, white, and gold, is not just striking but also serves as perfect camouflage among the tall grasses where sunlight casts dappled shadows. With this unique appearance, wild dogs can vanish from sight like shadows gliding over the land. Today, this masterful predator is found only in a few areas, such as the Okavango Delta in Botswana, the Serengeti, and the Selous Game Reserve in Tanzania. The expansion of the savanna brought advantages but also posed many challenges. On such an open landscape where the line between life and death is but a moment, surviving alone is impossible. Thus, wild dogs have developed a deeply cohesive social structure. Each pack typically consists of 10 to 40 individuals, forming a community akin to an extended family. At the heart of the pack is an alpha pair, usually the strongest male and female. The alpha pair not only leads, but are also the only members of the pack permitted to breed. When the alpha pair has a new litter, the other members share the responsibility of care. They take turns protecting the pups from predators or environmental threats. Every wild dog hunt begins with a period of careful observation. The pack scans for potential prey such as impalus gazelles or the young of wildebeest and zebras. The target is often chosen based on signs of weakness or vulnerability, such as a calf separated from its herd or a sick individual unable to run fast. The decision is not made by a single individual. African wild dogs exhibit a peculiar behavior. Before initiating a hunt, they perform an act known as sneezing. This is not a mere reflex, but a unique form of communication, signifying consensus, a rare expression of democracy in the animal kingdom. The fastest individuals run ahead to apply pressure on the prey, while others move to the flanks to cut off escape routes. A few members position themselves at the rear, ensuring the prey cannot turn back. This coordination is like a perfectly choreographed performance. This collective strategy raises their hunting success rate to 85%, a figure that surpasses most predators on the savanna. As soon as the prey is subdued, the entire pack begins to feed immediately. They eat not only to satisfy their own needs, but also to store nutrients to bring back to other members. Wild dogs have a characteristic behavior. They regurgitate a portion of their digested food to share with their kin, demonstrating a strong social bond and community spirit. However, the savanna is never a completely safe place. Lions, with their superior size and strength, frequently steal food from wild dog packs. In urgent situations, the wild dog's social structure is more evident than ever. When an individual is injured or in danger, the entire pack immediately rallies to protect that member. In this world of constant peril, the wild dog's greatest weapon is not tooth or claw, but trust. For it has been found that a pack bound by loyalty, a family that stands together, is far more likely to endure the hardships of the savanna than one that is fractured and alone. By focusing on the weak, old or sick individuals in herds of impala, gazelle or wildebeest, wild dogs act as an invisible hand of nature, helping to improve the health and strength of prey populations. However, human expansion has encroached upon their natural habitat. Savannas are converted into agricultural land and forests are cleared, restricting the space they need to roam and hunt. At the same time, diseases like rabies and canine distemper, often transmitted from domestic dogs, have severely impacted wild dog populations. Not only must they overcome threats from a harsh environment and disease, but wild dogs also face fierce competition from larger predators. On the vast grasslands of the African savanna lions emerge as uncrowned kings. Each of their steps seems to shake the ground, asserting dominance over a territory that has witnessed their presence for hundreds of thousands of years. The origin of lions dates back about 2 million years, when their ancestors, along with other species of the genus Panthera such as tigers, leopards and jaguars, first appeared in Africa. It was a time when the global climate was becoming colder and drier, forcing animals to adapt quickly to environmental changes. A mature male lion weighs between 330 and 550 pounds and measures 5.5 to 8 feet in length, excluding the tail. The lioness, though smaller at 260 to 400 pounds, excels in agility and flexibility. Their pale golden coat serves as ideal camouflage and helps regulate body temperature under the intense sun, where daytime temperatures can exceed 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Their hunting tactics reflect this adaptation, as lions are often active in the early morning or at dusk when temperatures are lower and prey is less vigilant. A pride of lions typically has from 5 to 15 members, and under favorable conditions, that number can rise to 30. The pride's organization revolves around a group of related lionesses, their offspring, and 1 or 2 adult males. The lionesses are the primary hunting force responsible for feeding the entire pride. Their hunts display remarkable coordination. While the females handle the hunting, the males take on the role of protecting the territory and maintaining order within the pride. With their superior weight and prominent dense mane, the males are a symbol of power. The social structure of lions is based not only on physical strength, but is also maintained by a spirit of unity and mutual care. The females take turns looking after the cubs regardless of whether they are their own. However, stability within the pride is not permanent. The dominant males constantly face threats from nomadic males or other prides. If an intruder seizes control, the cubs of the previous male are often killed. This act, though seemingly cruel, is in fact a biological strategy to ensure the strongest genes are passed on. A pride of lions requires a large amount of meat to sustain its daily activities, with each adult consuming about 15 pounds of meat per day. Their eyes are designed to work well in low light, able to see 6 times better in the dark than human eyes. This gives them a distinct advantage during nocturnal hunts. A keen sense of smell allows lions to detect prey from a great distance, while their ears can pick up the faintest sounds. A lion's hunting strategy is based on surprise and power, very different from the cheetah's speed-based approach or the wild dog's tireless cooperation. A hunt usually begins by silently approaching the target, closing the distance to no more than 30 feet before launching the decisive attack. Despite this, their success rate is only between 30 and 40%. A lion's power culminates in its jaws, not merely bone and muscle, but a vice grip capable of crushing the life from its victims. Its canines, daggers of ivory forged by evolution, are not designed to wound, but to deliver the final fatal blow. Life sculpted by time, with each species a masterpiece of its own. The differences in the physical structures of these two species are the result of millions of years of evolution. A perfect contrast between speed and strength, between endurance and power. The body of the African wild dog is a magnificent testament to nature's meticulous design. They possess a compact yet powerful frame. This body structure reduces overall weight and improves efficiency during long-distance travel, allowing them to reach top speeds of up to 44 miles per hour during intense chases. Wild dogs also possess impressive stamina, capable of pursuing prey for over 3 miles. In stark contrast to the agility and endurance of the wild dog, the lion represents overwhelming power and absolute dominance. Blessed with a massive physique, lions use short bursts of power to hunt rather than relying on prolonged stamina. Their powerful hind legs act like steel springs, generating immense force that allows them to launch towards prey at top speeds of up to 35 miles per hour in short sprints. A lion's jaw is a weapon of great destructive force, with a bite that can reach 1,000 pounds per square inch. Their claws, about 1.5 inches long and retractable to maintain sharpness, are the primary tools for holding onto prey. For the African wild dog, the concept of territory is fluid, like an ever-changing current, expanding or contracting according to the pack's survival needs. Each pack typically controls an area of 200 to 1,200 square miles, where they not only hunt, but also constantly move to avoid conflict with larger threats, especially lions. They use urine and feces to mark their operational area, a chemical signal to warn other packs to stay away. In contrast to the wild dog's flexibility, for a lion, territory is a fixed fortress. A pride of lions typically controls an area of 50 to 150 square miles, much smaller than the wild dog's range. However, this area is defended with unshakable resolve. The adult males in the pride are primarily responsible for guarding the territorial boundaries. They patrol regularly, leaving scent marks with urine and claw marks on trees to declare their ownership of the area. The competition between these two predators begins with their shared food source. Both wild dogs and lions depend on herbivores such as impalas, wildebeest, and zebras. Lions employ ambush tactics, relying on explosive power and surprise to launch attacks at close range. Meanwhile, wild dogs are the true marathon runners of the savanna. They leverage their speed, endurance, and precise pack coordination to exhaust their prey before delivering the final blow. Although wild dogs have a hunting success rate more than double that of lions, it does not guarantee they can keep their prize. A single adult lion can drive off an entire pack of wild dogs with its mere presence. Studies in 2024 show that 80% of confrontations between wild dogs and lions end in the death of a wild dog. In the Serengeti, where the density of lions is overwhelming, wild dogs frequently become victims in these conflicts. A 2023 study recorded a pride of lions killing 6 wild dogs in just 15 minutes. However, wild dogs are not easily subdued. Although they lack the strength for a direct confrontation, they possess incredible adaptability. Faced with the threat of a lion, wild dogs often choose to retreat rather than fight. This behavior is not a sign of weakness, but a survival strategy. But in situations where escape is impossible, wild dogs sometimes resort to an unusual tactic, feigning death. This behavior, though rare, has been documented in the Serengeti and other areas. When attacked by a lion, some wild dogs lie motionless, pretending to be dead. This not only distracts the enemy, but is also a final attempt to avoid death, showcasing their flexibility and creativity in survival instincts. In the wild, the cheetah is the absolute symbol of speed. They lack the overwhelming power of the lion, nor do they possess the characteristic cunning of the hyena. Cheetahs exist as elite sprinters. The cheetah's evolutionary heritage stretches back 8 to 10 million years older than that of lions or tigers. With a weight of 77 to 143 pounds, the cheetah possesses an ideal structure for achieving high speeds. Long legs, a flexible spine, and semi-retractable claws provide maximum traction on the ground. It can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds, a figure that makes escape nearly impossible for most prey. However, despite a hunting success rate of 50 to 60%, cheetahs rarely keep their prize for long. In an environment where hyenas, lions, and wild dogs are always lurking, the cheetah must eat quickly. Conversely, wild dogs are a symbol of endurance and high organization. With their large numbers, they can pursue prey until it is completely exhausted. Although cheetahs and wild dogs rarely confront each other directly, competition between them is unavoidable. Both target medium and small-sized prey, such as Thompson's gazelles and impalas. However, when wild dogs appear, the disparity in numbers often forces the cheetah to retreat, surrendering its meal. To avoid conflict, cheetahs often choose to hunt in the early morning or late afternoon when wild dogs are less active. Meanwhile, leopards are secretive predators, moving in silence. They are the embodiment of patience and concealment, melting into the shadows to become invisible hunters. The leopard originated from an ancient ancestor that lived about 1.8 million years ago. Today their range is only about 25 to 37% of what it once was, but their adaptability has helped them survive. Weighing between 66 and 176 pounds, leopards are not the largest of the big cats, but they possess incredible strength. Their coats are adorned with rosette-shaped spots, providing perfect camouflage in their environment. In the darkness of the savanna, leopards operate silently but with extreme efficiency. They live solitary lives. The territory of an individual can range from 10 to 15 square miles, marked with urine and claw marks. The leopard's preferred prey are small herbivores like warthogs or impalas. This choice helps minimize direct competition with larger predators and suits their solitary hunting style. When attacking, they approach their prey from behind or the side, closing the distance to no more than 50 feet before striking. Their top speed reaches about 36 miles per hour. Not the fastest, but their power and precision are formidable. After subduing their prey, leopards often drag the carcass up a tree. This is a tactic to prevent it from being stolen by other predators like hyenas. The clear difference in target selection and hunting tactics helps reduce direct competition between leopards and wild dogs. However, the presence of wild dogs is always a potential threat to leopards, especially for mothers with cubs. In these situations, the mother leopard often moves her cubs to safer locations, usually high up in the branches of a tree. During times of food scarcity, wild dogs may steal prey from leopards. Although leopards are larger and stronger, their solitary life puts them at a disadvantage. Faced with a large pack of wild dogs, a leopard is often forced to abandon its freshly killed prey and climb a tree to escape. Besides their sworn enemy, the lion, African wild dogs are also one of the favorite targets of hyenas. This is not because wild dogs are easy prey, but because their effective hunting strategies often yield abundant rewards. Although hyenas are formidable predators, the tight organization of wild dogs often gives them an advantage in direct confrontations. A 2023 study showed that in 60% of conflicts, the wild dogs were victorious, especially when they had the numerical advantage. However, victory is not always guaranteed for the wild dogs. When a hyena clan is larger or more aggressive, they can easily overwhelm them and steal their prize. The difference in hunting tactics also helps to lessen competition. Wild dogs often hunt healthy individuals using their stamina. Meanwhile, hyenas tend to focus on injured, weak, or dead prey, acting as the ecosystem's cleaners. After each hunt, the remains become a valuable food source for scavengers like vultures and jackals. Vultures are the first to appear. They can spot signs of death from an altitude of over 3,000 feet. On the ground, jackals arrive quietly, waiting to capitalize on what remains. The savanna, once a world where lions and wild dogs coexisted as two fundamental pieces of nature's puzzle, has now become a battlefield between nature and humanity. But even in that darkness, they remain resilient. Every steady step of a lion, every sacrificial hunt of a wild dog is a sacred reminder that life on the savanna is a precious gift. However, hope is not entirely lost. Restored ecological corridors in the Okavango Delta and the Serengeti have opened new pathways connecting isolated areas. Technology also plays a fundamental role in conservation. GPS collars and camera traps track the every move of lion prides and wild dog packs, providing valuable data for timely interventions. Vaccination programs against rabies and canine distemper have protected thousands of wild dogs from the threat of outbreaks. Protecting these two iconic predators is not just about caring for them, but about maintaining the ecological balance of the African savanna. For millennia, these two great powers have shaped this land. Their conflict is the rhythm of the savanna itself. But now a silence threatens to fall upon these plains. And one must wonder, what becomes of a world that has lost its kings, its armies, and its ancient wild heart?
These master predators are not just symbols of power, but also the guardians of natural order, ensuring that only the strongest and most adaptable survive. This ecosystem is a dance of survival, where every creature, big or small, contributes to the eternal symphony of life. Today, the Mufasa Channel takes you on a journey into one of the most diverse and complex ecosystems in the world, where every animal plays an indispensable role in preserving the natural equilibrium. Join us as we delve into this fascinating adventure and witness the majestic beauty of wild Africa. Lions are undoubtedly the most iconic predators of the African savanna. Known as the kings of the jungle, these large cats are the only social felines that live in groups known as prides. A typical pride consists of several related females, their cubs, and a few adult males. The lionesses are the primary hunters of the pride. Working together, they use ambush tactics to encircle and bring down prey, ranging from zebras and antelopes to buffaloes and even young elephants. Collaboration is key to the success of a hunt, and the lionesses demonstrate remarkable coordination during their precise attacks. Lions coordinate with each other through roars and complex body signals, allowing them to communicate effectively to organize hunts. While males are not usually involved in hunting, they play a vital role in protecting the pride. They defend the territory from rival males and other predators, ensuring the safety of the females and cubs. A lion's roar can be heard from a distance, serving both as a territorial marker and a means of communication with distant pride members. However, lions also face their own challenges. Competing with other predators and protecting their territory requires strength and enduring stamina. The scars on the males' bodies are a testament to fierce battles for dominance on the savanna. Did you know? A lion's roar can reach up to 114 decibels, nearly as loud as a rock concert, and can be heard from approximately 5 miles away. If you're impressed by this impressive figure, comment with the number 9. While lions dominate the savanna, Nile crocodiles reign supreme underwater. These prehistoric reptiles, with their powerful jaws and armored skin, are patient and cunning predators. Nile crocodiles spend most of their time submerged in the murky waters of rivers and lakes, silently waiting to strike. When an unsuspecting zebra or antelope comes to drink, the crocodile launches a lightning-fast attack, using its powerful jaws to drag the prey underwater. The bite force of Nile crocodiles is among the strongest in the animal kingdom, capable of crushing bones with ease. Once submerged, prey has little chance of escape. Crocodiles perform a violent twisting motion known as the death roll to tear apart their prey before consuming it. Despite their primitive appearance, crocodiles are highly adaptable predators. They can survive for extended periods without eating, adjusting their metabolism and storing energy in their robust bodies. Crocodiles can survive without food for up to a year under harsh conditions, thanks to their ability to significantly slow down their metabolism. The African wild dog, also known as the African hunting dog, is a highly social and cooperative predator that lives in packs. These dogs exhibit a high degree of social cooperation among savanna predators. Each member of the pack plays a specific role in the hunting process. They use endurance running tactics, chasing prey over long distances until it is exhausted, allowing for a final attack. Constant communication through sounds and gestures helps coordinate the pack's movements, ensuring impressive hunting success. African wild dogs can take down prey much larger than themselves, such as antelopes and wildebeests, thanks to their cooperative hunting strategies. African wild dogs have the highest hunting success rate among savanna predators, about 80%, due to their close-knit teamwork and smart tactics. After a hunt, pack members often regurgitate chewed food to feed pups and weaker members, demonstrating remarkable altruism. However, African wild dogs face significant challenges including habitat loss, diseases transmitted from domestic dogs, and competition with larger predators. Despite these difficulties, they remain one of the most successful predators on the savanna due to their adaptability and strong social structure. The black-backed jackal is a small but cunning predator of the African savanna. These jackals are known for their adaptability and intelligence, helping them survive in a variety of environments and situations. Black-backed jackals are solitary or pair-living predators, using keen hearing and smell to locate small prey like rodents, birds, and insects. They are also excellent scavengers, frequently consuming carrion left by other predators. Despite their small size, black-backed jackals do not hesitate to confront larger predators to protect their territory and food resources. Black-backed jackals have a distinctive call and can communicate over long distances, aiding in coordination and territory defense. They show great courage and determination, often approaching lions and hyenas in attempts to scavenge from carcasses. Black-backed jackals are also renowned for their burrowing skills, creating complex dens to rear young and protect them from predators. Their adaptability and opportunistic behavior make them effective and resilient predators on the savanna. On the savanna, hyenas are often seen as opportunistic scavengers, but this underestimates their complexity and effectiveness as predators. Especially the spotted hyenas, they are skilled hunters and form socially structured groups led by dominant females. Hyenas use intelligence and social coordination to hunt in packs, often overcoming larger prey through a combination of strength and strategy. Spotted hyenas have a matriarchal social structure where females dominate and lead the group, a rarity among mammals. Hyenas are known for their stamina, able to chase prey until it is exhausted before attacking with powerful jaws that can crush bones. In addition to their hunting skills, hyenas are excellent scavengers, cleaning up carcasses left by other predators. Their ability to consume nearly all parts of a carcass, including bones, plays a crucial role in ecosystem cleanup. Hyenas can digest hard parts of carcasses thanks to their highly acidic stomachs, recycling nutrients that other animals cannot process. Hyenas also face significant challenges. Competition with lions and other predators can be fierce, and conflicts between rival clans are common. However, their adaptability and social abilities ensure they continue to thrive on the savanna. Leopards are masters of stealth on the savanna. These solitary and elusive cats are versatile hunters, capable of preying both on the ground and in trees. Their distinctive spotted coat helps them blend into the dense vegetation and shadows, allowing them to approach their prey quietly before launching a sudden and lethal attack. Leopards are known for their habit of dragging prey up into trees, out of reach of other predators and scavengers. This behavior not only ensures the prey's safety but also allows the leopard to feed in peace without disturbances. Leopards can haul prey weighing more than twice their body weight up into trees, showcasing their remarkable strength. Despite their solitary nature, leopards are highly adaptable predators. They can hunt a range of prey from small rodents to large antelopes and survive in diverse environments, from dense forests to high mountains. Among the most enigmatic predators of the savanna is the African python. These enormous snakes can reach lengths of up to 20 feet, making them silent and patient hunters. Pythons use ambush techniques, hiding in vegetation or abandoned burrows while waiting for prey to pass by. When the prey comes close, the python strikes quickly, wrapping its muscular body around the victim and applying immense pressure until the prey suffocates. Pythons can sense the warmth of their prey through heat-sensing organs along their jaws, allowing them to strike accurately even in complete darkness. Unlike other predators, pythons do not need to eat frequently. After capturing and consuming a large prey such as an antelope or a warthog, they can go for months without eating, slowly digesting their meal. The survival of pythons relies on their ability to remain hidden and strike accurately. Although often underestimated, they are effective and important predators for maintaining balance in the savanna ecosystem. The African savanna is a grand stage where top predators play crucial roles in maintaining ecological balance. Lions with their majesty and strength, crocodiles with patience and power, hyenas with cunning and endurance, pythons with stealth and brute force, and leopards with stealth and adaptability all contribute to the dynamics of the ecosystem. Each predator, with its unique strategy and skills, ensures that the savanna remains a place of natural wonders and fierce competition, creating a symphony of life and death, an eternal dance that continues to captivate and inspire all who witness the grandeur of the African savanna. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support the Mufasa.
Today we're setting out on a journey to explore Africa, a vast, untamed, and captivating continent. This land is renowned for its rich natural diversity, with an array of wildlife species and breathtaking landscapes. Covering more than 11.5 million square miles, Africa is the world's second largest continent, boasting awe-inspiring scenery, from towering mountain peaks and expansive plains to dense forests, sweeping savannas, arid deserts, river valleys, and vast lakes. Africa is home to famous natural wonders like Victoria Falls, the Serengeti Reserve, the Sahara Desert, and Mount Kilimanjaro. These locations not only attract tourists, but also ignite the curiosity of researchers from all around the globe. Speaking of Africa, we can't overlook its wildlife, symbols of intense and extraordinary life. Animals like elephants, giraffes, lions, leopards, zebras, antelopes, and cheetahs call this land their home. In certain areas of Africa, you might even witness the migration of millions of animals, one of the planet's most spectacular and moving natural phenomena. If you had the chance, would you be ready to spend a day observing this awe-inspiring migration, full of resilience and the fierce spirit of life? Among Africa's remarkable animals, the giraffe, with its unmistakable unique appearance, has become an iconic symbol. With its tall stature and distinctive long neck, the giraffe belongs to the ruminant family and primarily lives in Central Africa's tropical forests. However, giraffes are also found in a variety of ecosystems across the continent, from open savannas and densely wooded areas to regions bordering the Sahara Desert. It's fascinating to think that each different habitat provides them with a unique diet. In one area, they may feast on acacia leaves, while in others, they opt for shrubs and various trees. Here's an interesting fact you may not know about giraffes. A female's pregnancy lasts up to 15 months. As the birth approaches, the mother giraffe will leave the herd to find a quiet spot to give birth. Labor usually takes a few hours, and the strong newborn calves will stand shortly after birth. This highlights the giraffe's powerful survival instincts. When it's time to give birth, the mother giraffe lies on her side and begins to push. This birth process can take just a few minutes or extend over several hours. Remarkably, immediately after birth, a baby giraffe stands around 6 feet tall and weighs between 110 and 130 pounds, and it can stand and walk within its first few hours. This is a stunning sign of the giraffe's strength and resilience. In the first days, the calf nurses from its mother, receiving highly nutritious milk rich in antibodies that help protect it from diseases. During the initial months of life, the mother giraffe stays close by, not only feeding, but also teaching and guarding her calf from predators. By around 4 to 5 years of age, the giraffe matures and is ready to continue the cycle of life and reproduction. However, in those early years, they rely entirely on their mother's care and protection. Can you imagine? An animal that grows into such a powerful creature starts life nestled in its mother's protective care. The reproductive behavior of giraffes is also quite fascinating. Unlike some species that form long-term pairs, giraffes only stay together for a few days during the mating period. Once a male giraffe finds a mate, they spend time together. But as soon as mating ends, they return to their individual lives, and the male sets off in search of another partner. This indicates that giraffes are polygamous, having multiple mates at different times. To attract a mate, male giraffes display their strength through necking battles, where they swing their necks and heads at each other. This mating game can last for a few minutes or even hours. Each blow from a giraffe's neck can be astonishingly powerful, up to 12,900 pounds per square inch, comparable to the punch of a professional boxer in the ring. During the mating season, male giraffes also use scent to attract mates by wetting their legs and necks, allowing their scent to spread and draw the attention of females. This method enhances their appeal, helping them stand out among the herd. Imagine a vast savanna where majestic giraffes perform intricate mating rituals, creating a breathtaking spectacle of nature. Giraffes are truly large and powerful animals. Their long legs and necks can reach up to 6.5 feet, and although their tail may seem small compared to their massive bodies, it actually measures between 31 and 39 inches, helping them swat away insects and stay clean. The tail has a complex structure, beginning at the spine, functioning not only for balance, but also to protect them from small pests. Our journey of discovering giraffes isn't over yet. Stay tuned as we continue exploring more fascinating aspects of this amazing animal. The giraffe's tail has a very unique structure. Starting from the vertebrae in the tail, these bones come together to form a cone shape, transitioning into a long, flexible tail covered with short, coarse hair. This layer of hair protects the giraffe's skin from insect attacks. By swishing their tail, giraffes can easily fend off pesky flies, creating a natural fan that helps them feel more comfortable in the harsh natural environment. Additionally, the tail serves as a tool for communication with other giraffes. During mating season, male giraffes use their tails to display strength and capability, attracting the attention of potential mates. Even young giraffes use their tails to play and show their lively nature. In the wild, giraffes can weigh between 1,760 and 3,080 pounds, depending on their gender and age. However, giraffes in captivity tend to weigh less because they aren't exposed to the intense survival pressures of the wild. With such strength and a large body, giraffes use their long, powerful legs to defend themselves from predators. When threatened, they can kick back with their legs, and a giraffe's kick can inflict serious injuries on any predator. Despite their strong defensive capabilities, giraffes are generally gentle creatures and tend to avoid conflict. Rather than confront danger, they usually seek to move away from it. Despite their remarkable height, giraffes are still targets for certain predators in the wild. Powerful lions, especially when hunting in groups, can take on even adult giraffes. Lions, with their short burst speed of up to 50 miles per hour, pose one of the biggest threats. To defend themselves, giraffes rely on their ability to run at speeds of up to 37 miles per hour and deliver powerful kicks for protection. In addition to lions, other predators like crocodiles, hyenas, and occasionally even large reptiles are threats to giraffes, particularly young calves. However, adult giraffes have an advantage with their towering height, allowing them to easily observe their surroundings. Their eyes are positioned on the sides of their heads, giving them a panoramic view and the ability to detect movement from a distance. Even more interesting, giraffe eyes are highly sensitive to color, allowing them to distinguish shades from light to dark. This ability provides a significant advantage in spotting potential threats in the challenging natural environment. The survival journey of giraffes is truly a marvel of nature.
From behind the high bushes by the water, the pack of black-backed jackals reappears. They are neither hurried nor hidden. They simply advance with calm, yet vigilant steps. For the black-backed jackal's survival is a family affair. This is a creature bound not just by instinct, but by intricate social ties, a flash of gold and white crowned with the black saddle that gives them their name. Their slender bodies, long legs, large ears, and strong hearts are optimized for prolonged chases. Unlike other solitary predators, jackals hunt in organized packs, often of 6 to 20 individuals. They coordinate perfectly through calls, gestures, and swift responses like a well-trained combat unit. As the young ostriches move slowly toward the waterhole, the parent ostriches have detected the presence of the threat. The ferocity of the pair has forced the pack to retreat to the edge of the dense grassland. They are no longer a direct threat. For the ostrich strength lies not in claws, but in speed, courage, and determination. A temporary order is restored in this harsh land. Each moment of fierce defense draws the line between loss and survival. As the sun begins to set, a golden orange light bathes the Masai Mara grasslands in a mystical glow. Amidst this scenery, human figures appear. The Maasai, with their distinctive red cloaks, long spears in hand, and colorful necklaces, are crossing the lands of their ancestors. This is not only a land of wild animals, but also the backdrop for one of the most intense rites of passage in Maasai culture. In the past, a young Maasai man to be recognized as a true warrior, a Moran had to face a mature male lion. Not for sport, but to prove his courage, determination, and ability to protect his community. The warriors used no bows, arrows, or long-range weapons. They faced the lion with only a spear and belief in themselves. Every scar was a medal. Every survival after an encounter with the apex predator meant acceptance as an adult in their community. That tradition now belongs to the ancestors. Today, the spear is not raised against the lion, but in its defense. The warrior's sacred duty has transformed from proving courage by taking a life to showing wisdom by protecting it. On the vast grasslands, humans and animals, beings once at opposite ends now, walk together in a new harmony. A transformation that does not erase its essence, but enriches its identity. The wind blows from the eastern horizon, stirring the red dust, and the scent of dry grass still damp with morning dew. In the vastness of this land, there are no borders, no fences, only a single law. The strong survive, the weak perish. In the heart of this legendary continent, where the sun scorches the grasslands, live 5 great creatures. Five giants, 5 symbols of the wild. To those who first came to hunt here, they were not 5 species, but 5 formidable challenges. A quintet of danger and cunning that earned a name spoken with a mixture of fear and respect, the Big Five. The concept of the Big Five was created by European hunters in the 19th century. Not because of their size, but because they were the most difficult, dangerous, and cunning creatures to hunt. However, over time, the Big Five has become a symbol for wildlife conservation. They have become living legends, the reason why millions of people from all over the world flock to remote reserves like Masai Mara, Serengeti, or Kruger just to see them. On the southern edge of the Serengeti, a pride of male lions roams. They do not belong to any territory. In scientific terms, they are a coalition, an alliance of adult males searching for a territory together. On these plains they have earned a name whispered on the wind, a name born of their violent ascent, the Blood and Fire Coalition. Leading them is Khan, his authority etched in the scar above his eye. Each male is a survivor, a veteran of the endless war for territory. From the silent fury of Fang to the maturing strength of young Drake. Together they are more than a coalition. They are a declaration. They have wandered through many lands, from short grass plains and rocky hills to shallow swamps at the edge of the forest. Every step of the Blood and Fire Coalition is a declaration of war.